All right, it's like 4:30 in the morning, something like that. And I just finished both my Tuesday and my Wednesday workouts because I skipped the Tuesday while I was sick. And part of me is like, well, I did 3 miles too. So like I did half of my Monday that I skipped because I was sick. So here it is, Wednesday, and I'm like almost caught up on my workouts for the week all in one go. So I'm kind of like a little bit like I should just do the yoga. But it's 4:30 in the morning and my body hurts. And I feel like I'm not going to. I am going to eat some food. Which, by the way, after my entire cheat week, I say cheat week, but it wasn't really a cheat week. It was more like an extra food week. I didn't actually gain weight from that. There was one day where I was like 4 pounds up or something. And when I did my weigh-in today, after being like relatively fasted, I had like one protein shake. But, you know, it wasn't enough food in the body that like it would have skewed my results a whole bunch. 1 second. You know, never mind. I'm having an ADHD moment because I was about to like change and do laundry. But in order to do laundry and change, I have to shower. And after eating is when I shower. So like if I change and do laundry now, it'll be all out of order. So like I'm not doing anything. I'm going to wait until I finish eating and then I'll do stuff. Spend the other hour and a half I have left of my night doing laundry. Which, you know, honestly isn't so bad. I don't mind laundry. Laundry's okay. What was I saying? There was a point. I didn't gain weight. I did, like, I'm 2 pounds up from where I started at my last real weigh-in before all the food, and 2 pounds isn't a big deal. And I'm down fat percentage, and I'm up muscle percentage. So like all the good things happened. I think what happened was, in order to recover from this super high stress weightlifting routine that I just started, which increased all of my weights and my my amount of lifting to 6 days away from 5. And on top of being sick, my body was just like, you need to deal with this. You need to give us nutrients so that we can fucking do this. And I was like, all right, here you go. Here's all your nutrients. And I really felt guilty the entire time. I felt terrible about it. But it's what my body wanted. And my body turned out to be right. And it used everything that I put in a positive, healthy way and did not hold on to extra fat. So I was working hard enough. I was doing enough. And that's just the amount of food my body needed for that level of activity and fighting off disease. And everything else I was doing. I was hiking on top of my workouts. Like, you know, I was fine. I was fine. But I had a little freak out. I feel better though, now that my workouts are caught up for the week. Honestly, much better about that. This needs sauce. And I think there's a certain amount of dealing with insecurity with the skin again today. Because I haven't really felt insecure lately in general. I felt pretty good, but I guess, should I talk about that? Yeah, I'm following the pattern. Every 6 months, it seems, I download the dating apps and I check in. So, this is no good spot. So, I've been doing this like every 6 months. We check in on the dating app situation. And I never do anything. Never go out with anybody. But I update my pictures and I pretty much ask how people are doing, because at this point, there's at least 5-10 people that I get in contact with every time I go there. Every 6 months or so, we're like, oh, hey, how you been? How's work? You know, like, we shoot the shit, because that's what I do every time. I pretty much go in and they try and get me to go out with them, or hook up or whatever, and I say no. And then, like, we shoot the shit about whatever. And then I go off the radar for like 6 months. And this is like I think this is the 4th time I've done this. So I've just been checking up on them, shooting the shit, and they're not really trying to like hook up or hang out because they know at this point I'm not going to say yes. And I wouldn't call it friends. But there must be a reason. Spirit only has me go there for a reason. And the last time Spirit had me go there, it was to talk to the old King of Wands, the one I lost the V card to. But I don't think that's the point this time. I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they have me go on dating apps when I don't really intend on dating. But I think the fact that I took filtered TikTok videos, I took videos and I just snapped like some pictures. And I had like retouch and probably filters on top of like the screenshots. And the screenshots are what I uploaded. So I think after I did that and I realized like all these photos are touched up and my real skin isn't actually visible in this dating profile, whatever. This hookup profile. And that's when I was like, okay, maybe I should make a video. And Spirit had me take everything off on it because, that level of transparency, I don't want to feel like I'm hiding. I'm not. I'm not ashamed. I'm not like really insecure. But it is something I want to fix. And it keeps on doing this thing where it gets better. And then it gets worse. And then it gets better. And then it gets worse. And it's almost like, I swear to God, it's almost as soon as I'm like, wow, it's really clear. That's when I'll have a big breakout, I'm not sure what the rhyme or reason is because it doesn't seem to change based on diet. Over the last year, I've been changing my diets. I've tried a bunch of different things. I've tried different skin stuff, and honestly, it seems to get better when I'm not using anything at all. When I'm using a bunch of cleansers and skin products, it seems more irritated. And the only commonality that I can find should I say that? No. I don't want to assume anything. What I'm going to assume is that it's going to go away on its own relatively quickly. That's what I'm going to speak out there. But whatever happens, I'm fine with it. Shit happens. I never really dealt with skin issues most of my life. I was very lucky that way. I always had good skin. And there was something about like moving back here that really triggered it. Maybe it was environmental, or maybe it was something in the body. I don't know. But I'm accepting it. I'm accepting that that's a problem I have. I'm accepting that there might not be an easy solution. I'm accepting that there's probably going to be lasting scars. It's okay, At the end of the day, I'm going to love me anyway. Even on the hard days, even on the days where maybe I wish it was different, even on the days when I'm feeling exasperated because I don't have a solution, even on the days where everything else is piling up and it feels like I'm dealing with all of these things at the same time. We've got to change our perspective here and embrace the challenges. I lost my spoon. There it is. Embrace the challenge because it's a lesson, right? Everything Spirit does is for you, not to you, and it's a lesson. There's something meant to be gained from this. So we're going to keep on keeping on. We're going to keep on going for our goals and see what happens. Fingers crossed.